Bluff Mountain Tunnel. Love these curves. Just beautiful. And as I predicted, no traffic, no tourists. Just passed a little parking lot and I saw two motorcyclists and one of the bikes was on the ground, like sideways. Make sure they're all right. You guys all right? All right, just saw it on the ground. Looks like he might have just let it slip in the parking lot. I've done that. Okay, recurring theme. I'm going to have to be turning on the GoPro to tell you guys that I saw something after I saw it, because seriously, these curves are so sharp. You come around one and bam, there's something there. I don't have time to say, ooh, look at that coming up, turn it on, doink. No, it's bam, look what just happened. So this is pretty cool. Just barely drizzling, so this would be a cool shot somewhere. I'll do something with it. I'll throw it up like, you know, here. Time to have fun. .52 to Roanoke. Yeah, that'll be a good place for lunch. Should be about an hour. More beautiful scenery. It just keeps coming. The sun is finally peeking out a little bit. I'll tell you what, you do have to be careful. There are a lot of hazards around here, not just the leaves. And there have been a few spots where a couple cars have come on the other side and just pushed barrels of them over on my lane. And in corners, you get that little momentary slide. Feels like you're slipping on a piece of paper or something. So I'm taking them slower than usual if they have a lot of leaves. I've almost run into a few suicidal squirrels. I saw a couple deer. There are a number of deer warning signs, and saw some little baby deers just out on the side of the road there, kind of looking at me, looking kind of skitterish, so you never know which way they're going to run. And I saw a couple big chunks of rock that have fallen down, sitting in the lane. Luckily not in the middle of a curve or anything. But man, it's gorgeous. Temperature keeps fluctuating. I just looked down a minute ago and it was down to 44. It's back up to 50 right now. You just come over a peak, around a corner, it can be very different. It's right here, it's pretty clear. It feels like it's warming up. Got some light. That's a pretty cool mountain peak up there. Peaks of Otter Lodge, food and hiking. Kind of tempted to stop there, but oh man. Alright, now I gotta stop for a picture. There's a little pathway there. There's a guy taking a picture right down there. Let's see if there's any pull-off up here. If not, I'm going to do a U-turn. Yeah, I got to get a picture on that lake. That looks gorgeous. Here's a turnaround. Whole bunch of stuff to see around here. I guess I can check out that restaurant. No, it's too early. It's only 10:30. Whew, it is crisp up here. We're at 2,500 feet. Mile marker 99. Coming into Roanoke now. You know, I thought the name sounded familiar, and I remembered that when I was a kid, before infomercials, there'd be advertisements on TV for stuff. 9 miles. Alright, that's not too bad. I got fuel for that. Step 1 is to find gas. Step 2 is to find a cool place for lunch. Then continue on. But when I was a kid, there were advertisements on TV for stuff. And at the end, there was always something like, send a letter here for more information. And the address was always Roanoke, Virginia. I'm sure it has to do with taxes or corporation fees or something like that. But man, that was always it. Roanoke, Virginia. And there was another one that was real popular. I can't remember what the heck the commercial was. And I want to say it was in something Colorado. And for some reason, there's something about color it's in my head. I don't know. I'm not sure if something was colorful or there was a word color. Really can't remember. It was a long time ago. Early 80s. So I'll cruise on into Roanoke here. Man, this is why bikes can be really cool and efficient. I've made it through the entire Skyline Drive, bunch of running around, and almost a quarter of the Blue Ridge so far on 5 gallons of regular gas. That's awesome. Coming into Roanoke now. Just got my gas. Figuring out what I want to eat. Mexican sounds good, but it doesn't sound good on the road later. I don't really want fast food. Don't eat it that much. Denny's looks good. I can sit down, warm up, take my stuff off, have some coffee, get some caffeine, something hot to eat. That sounds better. Just got a warning that my GoPro remote battery is low. It's a little weird to charge it. If you plug it in, I had it plugged in the hotel last night. Obviously it was running down. It doesn't actually completely turn off. It's always searching for a signal. I have to figure out the best way to keep it off while it's charging so it gets a good charge. Oh, can't turn here. I'll go on the second one. But it's no big deal. I'll stick it on the charger here while I'm in eating. And it should be good to go for the rest of today. Let's see, way over here. Pretty nice little community, obviously nestled in the mountains and everything. It's really cool seeing elevation. Yeah, this will work just fine. Beauteous. See you guys after lunch. We'll get back on the road. On the road again. Seeing if that garbage truck was going to back out. I'll get out before him. Well, I guess my eyes were bigger than my stomach. I was hungry. I was thirsty. I had a nice hot cup of coffee. Some Coke for some caffeine, extra caffeine. And I got a big cheeseburger and fries. Man, didn't even make it through 3/4 of it. I was stuffed. Let's head on back. Continue the journey. At some point I'm going to stop and check out where I am, find another visitor center. I haven't stopped in one of them yet. Just to get a lay of the land and figure out where I might want to stop for the end of the day. It's 12:15 now, so I've got plenty of daylight left. Probably want to be off the road between 5 and 6. And that will certainly be a long enough day for riding. And the light will have passed, so if there's stuff I want to get for photography, that'll be it anyway. I don't think it's going to peak out. Had some lighter skies earlier, but no real direct sun. That's alright. I can certainly make do with overcast light. It's just like a giant softbox. Just means a little more editing, that's all. No big deal. So I'll pick this up when I get back down there. Back on. Southbound. Asheville 282. That is where I'm gonna hopefully hook up with my cousin and his family. Meet his kids for the first time, and I haven't seen his wife in a number of years. Well, him or his wife. Other than that, I don't really have any set plans. I just want to try to get through there sometime late in the day because, you know, it works. Don't want to take up his whole day. And it's the middle of the week, so we'll see. Pretty much in the lower part of the mountain range right now. So I would imagine I'm going to have a climb pretty soon. Got plenty of fuel. More overlooks. Yep, I'm going to pass. Think so. Let's get back up into the mountains. Okay, gotta walk back for that. I saw a cool shot. Wow, this is the first actual parking lot I've seen for one of these here in the Blue Ridge. They've all so far been little dirt pull-offs. Roanoke River Trail, Roanoke River Overlook. Looks like a dam or something down that side. I'm going to go ahead and take off my jacket now too. Temps up to 57 and everything is dry, so no worries about rain for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I guess I'll take that off. Stand by. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm having a blast so far. This day is flying by. I'm trying to temper myself and stay out of pure photography mode. Man, look at that wall of tree color. That is so cool. See, if I was in a car, I'd stop right here and pull off the road because I saw a shot I want. This park so far is just so many different things depending on what you want to get out of it. If you're into hiking, oh, endless. Weeks you could hike through here. Never mind the Appalachian Trail. If you're just here for the motorcycling, I mean, if I was just doing that, if I was just in here to bike, I wouldn't be making all these stops. I would just be blasting down the road, probably turn around at the end and do it again a couple times, you know. But if I was in my normal pure photography mode, in a car, on a trip just for photography, like I do, or used to do, it's been a while, I would be easily spending an hour or two at each one of these stops, and I'd be stopping at a lot more places than you see me doing. I've stopped at a couple that I didn't put on the GoPro. I'll probably, instead of trying to pop pictures all throughout the trip, because frankly, I'm not going to remember exactly where each one of them are. I don't have the GPS turned on the camera. Don't really need that, or the battery drain or anything. But I'll do a photo slideshow probably as the last video of this trip series. That's going to be easier for me because I'm going to have a ton of photos, which is good. But if I was in pure photographer mode, it would easily take me a week or more to get through the park. And it could go up from there if I was going to be hiking through the trails to do shots too. But like just back at that bridge, you know, I'm seeing all these shots. Over the other side, from what I showed you on the video, was more of the river, and it went around a big bend, and right from the parking lot there was a huge stone cut kind of pathway and staircase all the way down there, and I saw some people way down there checking it out, and I'm seeing all kinds of shots in my head down, you know, on the river rocks and everything. I know that's cool stuff, but that's another half an hour just to get down there, take pictures, and walk back up. And I don't really have a half an hour that I want to burn. I could, you know, I could extend this trip if I really wanted to do that, but I'm trying to keep this trip mixed because it is about motorcycling and I'm having a ball on these roads, and it's about photography, and I'm getting plenty of pictures to keep me happy, not regretting a thing. But my point is, depending on what you want to do, so far this trip could do a lot of different things if you wanted to make it a little bit more specialized. My wife would love this road, but not this time of the year and not on a motorcycle. She likes it hot, she likes the AC, she doesn't really like to hike, but she likes to take photos, and she takes some beautiful photos with her phone. And she would have liked to hike down there and checked out the river. That's about her extent, but she's not going to go on a mile-long trail. She's done that a couple times with me, I'll give her credit, but she doesn't like it. And there have been a couple times at the end of a trip where I say, hey, you want to go on this hike and get this pic? No, I'll stay here. Like, okay, so yeah, that's her limit. And that's okay. Oh, Asheville 266. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check out the... I don't have a map. I was going to say check out the map, but the map I have is of the last park. I still haven't seen another visitor center. I thought they would have multiples. I saw one. I mean, it was tiny, and I don't even know if it was open yet because it was right when I got in the park. And there was only one truck there. I didn't stop. But I just want to, you know, check out the major places through here, and I do have the website. I've got the virtual Blue Ridge on the phone, so at some point I will probably just check that and look for lodging and make a reservation for that as I get closer through the afternoon. Don't have to think about it anytime soon. A few more hours I'll do that. In the meantime, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Still looking for that covered tree road. There's got to be one through here, man. Has to be. Endless curves. Love it. just stopped and put my rain jacket back on just for the extra warmth, because the temp went from 64 to 49 within like 2 miles. So I'll just leave it on. I'm not too hot, even in the 60s, so good to go. And then it opens up into big vistas like this. Farmland, cows, hay. There are a lot of places that when this was built, they bought the farms and everything intact. And they pay the people to live there and keep it exactly the same. Don't build anything else, don't tear anything down. And that's so people coming through here have the beautiful views for as long as possible. Well, it's a good thing I put my jacket back on. Now it's raining again. It's kind of going between a drizzle and a normal little bit of rain. You really can't tell what's going on. The website virtualblueridge.com has a really good interactive weather section, and it has points you can click on all the way down the road to tell you all the localized weather forecasts, chance of rain, what times, etc. So that way, if you know, like me, approximately how far you're going to be going during the day, you can just check out a real good short-term forecast as you go down. But man, everything is freaking different. Seriously, just a few miles down the road, 10-15 degrees difference, clear to rainy. Hey! You can barely see it, but down there is one of the little places where I said they're not knocking it down and paid to leave it alone. Been a few of those just old barns and houses, and they're just ready to fall down by now because it's been 60, 70, 80 years. We're in the probably 5 to 10 year range after they started construction on this right here. Finished up, I believe, in the late 1940s, early 50s, with the very last tail end of it. Started from the north and worked their way down to the south. So these buildings in here, this part of the road, these are from the early 30s. Just back there around the bend, there was a truck stopped on the side of the road and a lady standing in the middle of the street taking a picture. I'm like, oh, what's she taking a picture of? And as soon as I get up to her, there's this fire engine red tree. I mean, like burning in the middle of a pasture right on the other side of a fence. Just a gorgeous looking shot. If I had a spot to pull over, I would have. But there's no shoulder or anything. I really don't feel like parking my bike on the road here and, just taking a chance. Some idiot hitting it. But it would have been a cool shot. It was very intense. Even without any sun out, it was just glowing red. Got a visitor's center and a little over a mile up here, so I'm going to hit that, get a lay of the land, and I'll figure out my accommodations for tonight. Figure how many more miles I'm going to do on this for the day, and then see what's around that area. I know there are several motorcycle recommended motels to stay at, and ones with some pretty cool views. I'm gonna kind of kick it up a little bit tonight, stay at something nice, not just a basic motel. Last night was just about sleep. That was really it, just the basics. But tonight I'll make it more of a vacation night, spend a little bit more. Maybe something with a restaurant. I don't know. We'll see. Tell you what, this no cell service thing is getting a little old. You would figure that they would build towers enough so that at least the visitor centers are covered. I mean, these are the spots where people are fully expected to stop. But nope. 1X, phone call only, no data. So I will stop somewhere closer to the next town. It's kind of hard to tell. The park is so big that these maps only show a little section. I'll at least show you what this has. It's not much. So we're right in the middle there. Shows from mile marker 110 down to 240. So Doughton Park here. Actually, probably right around here, the Blue Ridge Music Center. That's about the halfway point. So it goes another 110 above that map. So this is a quarter of the park from Roanoke, where I stopped for lunch, and I'll be stopped here. So yeah, I got till about dinner time, somewhere around there. So I'll know to look somewhere right around there. I'm not sure what city it would be, because I think these are like names of stops. Anyway, we'll check it out. Oh, that's a big bike going uphill backwards. Whew. Still don't quite need a reverse though. North or south? South. That's a pretty view. That is a nice view. Onward. Coming up to something. We got a low speed limit. They even had radar signs, so they mean it. It says Mayberry Hill. Oh wow, look at this complex. Alright, gotta stop for here. Heck yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, this might be the paddle wheel. I've seen some shots online about it. Alright. Yep, that's it. Cool. Anyway, the sign said no parking on the shoulders of the road in this area. Ooh, lucky you. Lucky me. Sweet. Nice BMW there. Oh, really haven't seen many motorcycles through here. Not like the Skyline Drive. You know, it's probably more to do with the day of the week than anything, because it's, what is it, Monday? Yeah, it's Monday today. So yesterday, had all the tourists and people just having fun on the weekend. Today, it's been mostly elderly. I'm looking around. Some locals, young couples, maybe on honeymoons or something, and just a few motorcyclists. There's another guy down there. That's about it. Alright. Well, I'm going to go walk around for a while and take some more cool shots. Try not to, I'm going to try not to do the typical touristy shots, you know, the stuff that everybody else is taking. That's just not me. Or at least put a unique spin on it. But I have no idea what's over there, other than the one shot of that water wheel that I see everywhere on the internet about the Blue Ridge. See you in a bit.